On 14 June 2017, a fire spread through Grenfell Tower in North Kensington, killing 72 people. It was one of the modern London's worst disasters and highlighted the city's severe housing inequalities.
Okay.
Open the front door. You're going to bring the smoke in.
Okay.
You're not going to be able to breathe. Your
I'm
children
scared maybe someone out.
Hello? Come here. Come here. Hello? Hello? Come. Quick. Hello? Here.
Come in, you got up.
Let's run.
Look, because the stuff is coming.
But the people outside.
Yeah, look.
Hello? We're stuck on the 23rd floor. Hello?
المكان في لندن فين؟
Too many people stuck upstairs. Oh my God, they're screaming. Oh my God.
Anybody who is speaking to the building, they need to ring 999. There is a dedicated line for this incident, okay? Thank you.
The effects of the Grenfell Tower fire didn't stop with those who lost their lives or their homes. It affected anyone who'd ever lived in a tower block and everyone who knew that this shouldn't happen in 21st century London. It was clear that residents weren't as safe as they should have been. They'd complained beforehand. An inquiry later found that flammable cladding installed in the 2010s was the main reason the fire had spread. The inquiry blamed failures by central and local government and dishonesty by the cladding and insulation makers. It also found the builders and architects behind the installation responsible. Grenfell Tower is in the borough of Kensington and Chelsea. It's home to some of London's wealthiest streets and a striking contrast in income, health and housing. The fire brought our city's inequality, which affect people from ethnic minorities more severely, into sharp focus. Among Grenfell's residents, there were people of all ages, from 6 months to 84. There were taxi drivers, a marketing manager, a painter, a decorator, a waiter and nursery workers. It was a brilliantly multicultural building where people born in London lived alongside those who would come here in search of opportunities or safety. Grenfell Tower was built in the 1970s as part of the Lancaster West housing estate in North Kensington, West London. Tower blocks like it sprouted across London in the 1960s and 1970s to replace slums with social housing rented out by the local authorities at affordable prices. Tenants were later given the right to buy their homes at a discount. In the decades since, many tower blocks have been neglected, with cuts made to the necessary care and repair of the buildings. In the case of Grenfell, residents regularly complained about problems with the building, including fire safety risks. The Grenfell fire was started by an electrical fault in a fridge freezer in one of the 4th floor flats. It happened during the month of Ramadan. Many residents, particularly Muslims, were awake due to the Ramadan observance of Suhoor, the pre-dawn meal, and were able to raise the alarm and help others evacuate. The fact that it was Ramadan is believed to have saved lives by alerting people to the fire sooner than they might have been otherwise. Cladding attached to the outside of the building set alight, spreading the fire between floors. The fire was first reported by a 999 call just before 1 a.m.
Fire brigade.
Yeah, hello, hi, in the fire, flat 16 Grenfell Tower.
Sorry, a fire where?
Flat 16 Grenfell Tower. In the flat,
Right, hang on.
flat 16 Grenfell Tower.
Flat 16. And what's the postcode?
W111TG.
W111T for Tango.
Yeah, but can you quick please?
Yeah, would you just, I have to get the address. Okay, Glen.
Flat 16 Grenfell Tower, W111TG.
The fire brigade are on their way. Are you outside?
Yeah, I'm outside.
Yeah, well the fire engines are on their way. Just tell me how many floors you got there.
It's 4th floor.
Right,
Alright,
okay.
quick.
They're on their
It's
way
burning.
already. Yes, I know it's burning, but they are on their way. You've only just called, as long as you're okay. Yeah?
Okay.
The fire reached the roof half an hour later and by 4 a.m. covered the entire building. The firefighters reached the tower 5 minutes after the 999 call. They rescued 65 people while over 100 escaped themselves. The firefighters showed extreme bravery. The call handlers battled against severe pressure. Until 2:47 a.m., they advised residents to stay put in their flats. The Grenfell Tower inquiry found that this advice should have changed an hour earlier when it was clear that the fire had spread. The inquiry found that fighters were not properly prepared by their bosses for the situation they faced. There was no specific plan for evacuating Grenfell Tower. Vulnerable and disabled residents weren't given personalized guidance beforehand. In the 2010s, aluminium and plastic panels had been attached to the 1970s tower block. This cladding helped the fire spread. The council claimed the cladding was installed to make the building warmer and drier, but some people debate this, suggesting the council only wanted to make the building look nicer. The money, they say, could have been spent fixing problems inside the tower. The cladding design had failed fire safety tests before it was installed at Grenfell. The manufacturers knew this, but hid the findings, lied about their products, and denied responsibility. Thousands of buildings around Britain had similar cladding, and after Grenfell had to remove it. Grenfell was managed and maintained by the Kensington and Chelsea Tenant Management Organisation on behalf of the Borough Council. The council was the building's owner and landlord. The council have been accused of failing to invest in the care of the building. The unsafe cladding chosen for Grenfell's refurbishment was a cheaper option, and council officials have admitted that proper checks weren't carried out to make sure it was safe.
Romi Ali, All Reports, TeleHub News.